Stock market analysis and projections. First of all, important information. This slide tells you about our approach to the markets and what's important to you as you look at our analysis and then take trade ownership of your own trades. A very key aspect to being successful, especially when you get information from other sources, is that you take an ownership of each of those trades. Stock market analysis, multiple time frame analysis on projections. I'm going to look at the S&P 500 only, weekly, daily, and 2-hour charts, and then look at the MCM, the Market Condition Monitor, which you've got a little taste of already earlier in the show as Matt took you through the level 3 special that we're offering. I just want to remind you that I'm only showing the S&P 500 now, and that the analysis that we do, full analysis, is available to you daily if you become a level 1 member, and then Matt will be sending that to you in the daily stock index report. So only showing S&P now, but all of that information available to our members 1 to 4. All right, let's switch over now as we look at the charts. This is the S&P 500. And we are just in an amazing upside move. I mean, just really historic when you think about this decline over here from 4,100 to 5,100. So that's a 25% advance off of that low in basically one move. You can see that little arrow there where we're pointing to the reversal scout, which said to us that the key bottom in here had formed and that we are in a rising phase. The momentum has stayed positive. It has never told us anything other than that through this whole 25% gain. Now, when you look at the daily chart over here, you can see the momentum indicator is the slim ribbon, and that has stayed positive here. And each of the cycles in here is outlined right there, have been positively configured and positively translated. If you want to learn what that language means, take our cycle analysis workshop. But it basically says they're forming bullishly. Higher peaks, higher lows, and that is positive. You could see the slim ribbon PO on the bottom, right over here, the level 4 study that we have that you can put on your Thinkorswim charts. If you become a level 4 member, this has been telling you about upside resumptions, each of those arrows forming and telling you how positive it is. Earlier in the show, somebody had said that, they had S&P puts looking for, of course, a decline in the market, and everything in here says the market has told us the market's going up, despite the fact that we look for corrections at some point, and that would be natural. The market hasn't told us anything about a correction yet. Let's look at the weekly chart and look at the key numbers that we have in here. So we had originally believed that the market would peak way lower than this. Market got through resistances and continued to storm on the upside. Now here we are. I had said that, this level over here around 5,100 really to me was my upside target for the whole year on the outside. I thought it would stop lower in the first part of the year and then have the pullback that we're expecting and then get to this level, if it could, late in the year when we were believing that the bull market would continue into that second half. Now the numbers right over here, this is about 5150 right there. So we got to 5129 today with right now with a couple hours to go in the market, it's up 32 points. And that's amazing that it's gotten up to this level. There's a monthly extension right over here that it got through so far. And then these fib extensions right over here. This is the dominant 127 and 138 right there. Those are important numbers. And on the daily chart, I'll show you what those look like also. And here's the extensions from that daily chart. With the risk over here, as we're showing you, March through May. So some point over here, we're expecting it to turn down and correct into the May timeframe. So that means that we're pointing to the trough of these cycles over here, and this yellow zone, the period of risk, to occur sometime between these timing lines. So that would be late April to late May, right in there is the range of time. For the low, it could peak over here anytime and go into a downside correction. You see what it did over here when this when the momentum turned negative is the reversal scout told you so right over here. and then it went to the correction right over here, right to the trough. And we expected the trough late October right over there, and it came late October. So that was a bullseye by us at that point. And now we had originally looked, and you can see the ghosted cycle here for this trough to come in April. But as we saw the patterns change on the daily chart, we pushed it out to May. We didn't push it, the market pushed it out and told us to look for that trough maybe out in May. This could still come up in here, and yes, 5,200 is in range right over here where these extensions are right there. So it doesn't have to peak right over here. The market will tell us when it's ready to do so. When I switch over to the daily chart, this has the construction in here where we show structures of the market. And you can see the bullish upside movement in here as it comes down and finds support on the slim ribbon in this upward channel that it's trading in. And now trading in this upper half of this, which is the more bullish occurrence when it gets into the top of the two channels in here. It's essentially a cloud that we create in here that's dynamic and changes as the market does. So what we're looking for is that there is likely to be a correction in here. Now, if it can hold up in a positive way, then we would expect it to get into this support area, which isn't very far on the downside. It's only 50, let's say 50 to about 5,000 right over there. The bottom of that channel right over here is at about 49.64. So this is if the somewhat bullish shapes continue and it doesn't break down. Under that 49.20 level is a breakdown. If that happens, then the weekly chart will likely be peaking, and that would tell us the big correction is likely starting. But right now, we don't have any sign of that. On the 2-hour chart, I'm going to give you a way to get an earlier peek at when that would be. But right now, this is still bullish. Everything that we look at in here is bullish. It says it's very likely that the market will be moving to the upside still. Even after it corrects in here, it will then you'll then get into this period here where you can see that there would be another rally somewhere right out over there. So that is the look at the S&P 500 and the weekly and on the daily. Still very positive when I look at that. Now, I'm going to bring over a little different chart in here for you to see, and that is the 2-hour chart. I'm just going to bring this up right here and set this up so that you can see. And bring that out a little bit. And this is the 2-hour chart right over here. And this gives you a very, very good look at each of the smaller cycles that make up the daily chart. So this uptrend that you see right over here, and I'm just going to show you both the weekly and the daily right here. There's the uptrend on the daily on the left, and this is what it looks like on a 2-hour chart. There are cycles in here, and on the bottom it shows you the cycles as if it were as if it were just neutral, moving, in a sideways way. And this is showing you actually the translations on these cycles. These dark lines are where the daily charts made their lows in these support areas, as you could see. And now you could see we are still tracing out positive cycles. So you have this positive one here, and that bottomed here at 57.29. And then began to move up again. So we are now in this rising phase right over here. Looking at the daily chart, I showed you right over here where the important low was at 49.20. Looking at the 2-hour chart, 50.57 is now a very important level. If it can come down and correct and break 50.57, it will tell you that the daily chart is likely peaking and the probability is going up that it will have a sharper decline. But you'll have to break that daily important low to tell you that the weekly correction is going on. So this you could see still very positive translations that we have in here on these cycles, the bottom coming way up over here. And here you could see the slim ribbon PO on the bottom. See the signal right over here? It said to you, resumption of the upside momentum is likely, and that's exactly the spot that it came over here. So that is the look at the 2-hour chart. Let me just get a little closer look right in here, because this is such a good chart right over there. And it shows you the very powerful upward cyclical patterns that we see in here. And that shows you right over here how it relates to that advance on the daily chart. And then looking right over here, how that relates to the weekly chart. So this is really advanced multiple time frame analysis I'm showing you. And every single thing I showed you just now is positive. If you are going to be buying puts or trading on the short side because the market is likely to have a correction, you are trading against the grain. And it has to be very small because the risks are that this market will continue to move to the upside. I want to bring in the our market condition monitor right over here so that you can see right here, and Matt showed you this earlier, and I'm looking at the intermediate time frame right over here, and it shows you all three are very bullish using our built-in algorithms, and looking at all four, actually, the Dow also right over there. So that's our built-in algorithms for the intermediate. If I go to the short term, for those of you that are shorter term traders, those that would use the 2 hour through weekly, right there, you can see all of them bullish. The diamonds are bullish. The other ones are very bullish. On the near term, which is a short-term swing trader like people, all of them are bullish except the diamonds are not quite that bullish. And those of you that are level 4 members are the ones that get the this version right over here, which has the 3-minute chart in there. And you can see that what's going on today is it's starting to neutralize in the Russell. That is telling you that the Russell is the first one in here on the intraday basis to be weakening. So back over here to the intermediate, you can see huge strength. Let's go back to short term and just look over here at setup conditions, and you get an idea of the very bullish ones and the very bearish ones on a short term. Let's take a look here, and you could see all of these that are very, very bullish on the short term. And that's with our built-in algorithms. Look at all of these, how they're fantastically bullish on the short term. And then I'm going to go here and take a look at the ones that are bearish, very bearish. And you can see wheat, Boeing, Pfizer, Apple. How about that Apple showing up here? Starbucks, Roku. These are bearish, and our team has been all over Apple. I said that earlier in the show as negative, and we really get a ton of help using this. So that's the short term right over there. And then you can decide if you want to be in the trader version, if you want to be in the time frame version, and see the individual time frames right over there. And that gives you the reversal scout and the slim ribbon right over there. That's the 2 hour right over there. There's the daily right there, and the weekly and the monthly that you can even see those conditions. So this is one amazing application which is available in that level 3 special that I just showed you, and that is a look at the stock market, just super bullish until it tells you something else. Key those numbers in that I told you about, because those are the ones that are going to tell you that the market is changing. Until the market tells us it's changing, we have to maintain this bullish stance, no matter about valuations, no matter about how extended it is, no matter anything else. We have to respect the market, and we are agnostic in the way we do our analysis, and we want you to be the same. Team, that is going to wrap us up after I tell them about this special offer. So get ready to say goodbye. Level 3, Matt really showed you a lot about what is on our level 3 offer. This will be available only until a week from Sunday. 35% discount. You can get so much of what I just showed you. $232. That's only $77 a month versus $119. Sign up, click that learn more button on the front page, and that will give you a great look at what's offered here in level 3. If you're new to askSlim and just watching this for the first time, you want to learn from this team of pros, go to askSlim.com and look around and sign up for free, or sign up for our Snapshot Lite, and that'll give you a good idea as to what we bring.